So here we've got John 1:12, but as many as received him, to them gave he the power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. Now, what the free will people do is they go by the English, and they see these words in order in English: receive, to them he gave the power to become sons, even to them that believe. And they put an order to it. First they received, then he gave the power. But in Greek, that's not the way it is. It's very deceiving in English. So there's three verbs here: eleibon, which is the Greek word lambano, and it's in the aorist form, aorist indicative form. And then you have edoken. So day, it follows, to them, received him, received God, gave, edoken, that's the Greek word didomai, gave them, exousia, the power, children, God, genetai, become. Them, pistuosin, believing, unto, tau, onoma, autu, the name, the authority of God. So you've got three verbs here in Greek: eleibon, edoken, and genestai. So, then you have one more verb right here, pistuosin. So three verbs here are aorist tense. You can see them in the aorist form right there. If you don't know Greek, you won't see that, but if you know Greek, you'll see that. So you've got an aorist form of receive, an aorist form of give, and an aorist form of become, and then a present tense form of believe. Now, in Greek, when you see these aorist forms indicative, which all three of these verbs are, and then you see a present tense right here. So it means that the actions of the receiving and the giving and becoming happened in the past from the present, but not in any particular order. You cannot derive an order from the Greek like you might in English, because these are aorist verbs. So an aorist verb, the word aorist is a Greek word itself. It comes from horizo, which is where we get our word horizon or determine. And so it's the Greek word for determine or bound, with what's called an alpha privative on the front, like we say typical. We put an A on the front, it means not typical. So an aorist is a verb that is, it puts an A on the front, aorist. It's a Greek word that means not determined or not bound by a time. So there's no time put specifically of order for the receive or take or give or become. There's no time order on that in Greek. None. The only time you put on it is past from the present verb. In Greek, you could basically put this whole sentence in a different word order, and it would say the same thing. It would change the emphasis, but not, what's the subject and what's the verbs and all that stuff and what goes together. It wouldn't change anything. You can't do that in English. So the mistake these free will people make is they look at English and they try to put a time order on it. And in Greek, there's no time order on these things because they're aorist. They are not time bound, not bound by a time order, literally, by the kind of verb that they are in Greek. So putting the order on it is a big mistake. That's not the case in Greek. It's not, because they're aorist and they're indicative, which means they are statements of fact. These things happened at a time, not a specific time order. They happened at a time in the past from the present, but not a specific time order because they're aorist. They are not time bound. But the thing you can count on is that these things are not born, not become from blood or the will of the flesh or the will of the man, but of God. These things happen because they were born out of God, the receiving, the taking, and the becoming. These happen by the will of God, not by the will of a man. You didn't make yourself believe. You didn't make yourself take. You didn't will yourself to believe or will yourself to take or will yourself to become. They were by the will of God, these things. So you can't look at the English and get a time order. You can't do that because of the Greek. You can do it in English. That's what it looks like in English. But in Greek, that is not the case. Definitely not.